Hello, welcome to another episode of Gotta Start Somewhere Regulation F with Pokemon Showdown. Let me just put some music on, make sure that it is working. Okay, let's get started. Today is December 19th. What a day. Alright, so the enemy has, wow, what is that? Hisuian Decidue, Dewey, Corviknight, Walking Wake, Incineroar, Sylveon, and Farigiraf. So with the Farigiraf, we're expecting Tail Room, Hisuian Decidue, what is this? Hisuian Grass Fighting. So I'm guessing that's pretty good. I can put Walking Wake into it. I can also put Rillaboom. No. Yes. Raging Bolt is probably a good option. Incineroar against Sylveon, but I could just probably push it with that. Do I need? I want to do Chien-Pao. I think I want to do Raging Bolt, and I can do probably these two in the back. Okay. So it is Sylveon, Corviknight. I want to kill Sylveon, but I think I want to protect first. I want to protect, and then I want to. I'm a little bit worried about Fairy. Let me double protect. I want to see what the enemy has. Probably, okay, protects again. Tailwind, okay, should have Calm Minded. That is okay. I think I want to Icicle Crash the Corviknight. And I want to tear out Fairy. Thunderclap the Corviknight. Oh, okay, that's not good. But it fails. Icicle Crash doesn't do anything. Hyper Voice, yep, bad against Chien-Pao. I could switch out Incineroar for another Incineroar, and I could probably Calm Mind now. Fake Out, Hyper Voice. Wow, that is a lot. I could Fake Out into Sylveon and Calm Mind. Should have Faked Out into Incineroar. No more leftovers. That is okay. I'm going to switch out into Rillaboom, protect my Raging Bolt. Get some healing. I'm just gonna have to keep rotating. U-turn is protected. Now I'm going to Fake Out into Sylveon, Calm Mind again on my Raging Bolt. Build up, this is probably Specs Sylveon, because it hasn't really been doing anything other than Hyper Voice. I have a feeling Sylveon may switch out. Incineroar may switch out. Okay, that protects. That's alright. Oh, so no, it's not Specs. Flare Blitz. Oh god. Okay, and then I'm gonna switch out back into Incineroar, and then protect on my Raging Bolt again. Does it flare blitz into? Okay, hyper voice. Flare blitz, okay, into me. That is alright. I have a feeling that he's going to fake out. So I'm gonna cover for both. Fake out into Sylveon. Thunderclap, oh, into Incineroar is not good enough. What's coming out? Decidueye. Switch out into Rillaboom and then Protect. I'm not sure if 2 times is enough. Triple arrows, protected, hyper voice, also protected. I think I'm gonna go into offensive here. Gonna Wood Hammer into Sylveon. Throw spray. Okay, let's throw spray. Am I faster? I don't think I am faster. Definitely not faster than him. Gonna fake out into Decidueye and Thunderclap into Sylveon. Oh wow. Smart. Oh no, that doesn't kill. It's too weak. Gonna switch out into Incineroar and then protect my Raging Bolt. Leaf Blade. Hyper Voice, does it take out my Incineroar? Okay, crits. Okay, gonna bring out Chien-Pao. Going to Sucker Punch, Decidueye, and then Thunderclap the Sylveon. Hopefully I get a double KO. This is so hard. Okay, also doesn't do much. Okay, oh, I should have Thunderclapped into Decidueye then. Okay, feels bad. Rillaboom comes out, but I don't think he can really do much. Let's just hope that he's slower. Right. Sacred Sword into Incineroar, and then I could probably Grassy Glide here. Oh, Fake Out takes it out. Grassy Glide also takes it out. He does have Flare Blitz. And I think that is game. Oh, I still had Corviknight. Alright. GG. Okay. Well, alright, that is game. I definitely did things wrong. I don't know. I feel like I'm not really feeling this team. I'm just like not really sure exactly what I am doing wrong. I know I'm doing something wrong. I'm doing a lot of things wrong. Probably I brought the leads wrong. Or I just played it wrong. But we are going to go over it in the second half. I hope you guys enjoyed the video so far. If you did, please subscribe, leave a like, comment. Anything helps out with the video. Tons. And I will move on to the review portion of this episode. Alright, so another day, another loss. The enemy was running Decidueye, Hisuian, Corviknight, Walking Wake. Oh well. Incin, Sylveon, and Farigiraf. Well, I'm building up my losses. my ratings are going down, but you know, I want to build up the losses early in the game, early into my thing. Definitely the level of the players are much higher in Showdown than what I'm experiencing in cartridge. That is something to be you know, to be mindful of. But if I don't survive through this, then I can't survive through real VGC. So, you know, gotta do what I gotta do. The enemy brought the lead of Corviknight and Sylveon, I think, and then had Decidueye and the Incineroar in the back. Wasn't running Walking Wake, wasn't running Farigiraf. You know, I'm just building up the database. Corviknight uses Tailwind. Sylveon Throat Spray does tons of damage. That's something to be aware of. Intimidate, that really nullified Chimpao. And Decidueye used what was it? The little ground spike move that wasn't too bad. Where is it? Let's see, Scarlet, Violet, Hisuian. It was the, what is it? Triple arrows. Yeah, triple arrows. Fighting move 90. Okay, lowering defense, increase crit chance and lower defense of the target. That's fine. It wasn't. Why I was Fairy Tail, so it wasn't the best. It wasn't that scary. But Sylveon did tons of damage to me that I wasn't able to deal with. So in here, maybe if I had the Landorus, that I would have been able to OHKO Sylveon with Sludge Bomb. Landorus Prob take care of Sylveon. Team in general is weak against damage dealing fairy type. And it only has maybe Urshifu to have the damage and then Rillaboom to take some damage, but with neutral, it will go neutral against the Sylveon. So with that, that is something to keep in mind. If I have a way to take out the opponent's damage source, like a heavy damage source, that is something that to consider. So maybe if I had brought in and see the Landorus instead of Chimpao, it might have been better. But yeah, because I had Corviknight covered with the Raging Bolt mostly, and also probably Incineroar to take care of Decidueye, and having Landorus with Earth Power will probably be good against the enemy Incineroar as well. So we're going to move on to first turn, where I brought the Chimpao and Raging Bolt, Corviknight, and Sylveon. So now, like I said, we know that Sylveon has Throat Spray, Corviknight has Tailwind. I don't have a way to hit Corviknight with Raging Bolt, So Tailwind was a must. I was worried about Hyper Voice for sure to take out my Raging Bolt, so I could have Fairy Terra, Calm Mind, so to get some defense against it, and then just Icicle Crash on the Corviknight, which I don't think I did. I protected because I wanted to see what was going on, but sometimes it was Sylveon plus Corvi. Be more aggressive if enemy plans to use Tailwind. That way they are more likely to be defensive on the other half, right? At least so far. So if I Icicle Crash into Corviknight, probably wouldn't have killed, but I would be in a decent position, right? And just 1 second more into the, a little bit more damage into the Corviknight, and Incineroar comes out. Should have switched out my Champa. Oh, I think I did the Icicle Crash on Corviknight. I guess Corviknight didn't really have anything to do against the Raging Bull. Thunderclap. Icicle Crash doesn't do much. Maybe Sacred Sword? If Corvi and Incin in back. Sacred Sword. Maybe better. Corviknight is weak against both my Chien-Pao and the Raging Bolt defensively, so it does make sense for them to switch out the Corviknight into something that is stronger. And Incineroar would be a good option. He could also have brought in Walking Leak. And that is not the Decidueye because it is grass, but probably if I knew that he was going to switch out, that would have been better for sure. Hyper Voice, yep, takes out a good chunk. Should have combined it here instead. Oh no, I got faked out anyway this turn. That was a lot of damage. And also watch out for fake outs. So I could have faked out into Sylveon and or Flare Blitz into Sylveon. That is a possibility. Just do some damage. Like I said, I'm being much more passive and knock off. And then so Raging Bolt really didn't do much of anything in this turn. I tried to build up the Calm Mind as much as possible, but I should have been a little bit more building. I don't think I should have started to hit. So maybe if I don't have good attacking with Raging Bolt, Calm Mind more than twice, but I also needed more. I didn't have health, so that's actually the problem, right? I had to get some damage off. Rillaboom could have Wood Hammer into Sylveon now that Tailwind was gone, but he could have Wood Hammer here. And protected. That is definitely a way. Like I said, don't focus too much on cycling. I think my problem was that I actually focused too much on cycling fake outs, and if my Rillaboom was probably faster than Sylveon, and I could have would hammer into Sylveon for more damage, and then Thunderclap on Sylveon would have most likely taken out the next turn. Barring protects and a lot of things that they were doing. He was using protects almost every other turn. That is something to be careful of. Cycling, fake outs. Be more proactive. Sometimes learn if enemy is being more defensive with certain Pokemon compared to another. So like I said, we can see that although Sylveon is doing a lot of damage, it's being more protective of it, much more than what Incineroar is doing. But I couldn't really do much of anything into Incineroar. So if Incin, I need either Urshifu or Landorus, because I don't have anywhere to deal. I don't have anything else that could possibly deal with it. Raging Bolt is not that good against Incineroar. It can do some damage after some Calm Minds, but it's not the best against Incineroar, and it usually has a lot of difficulty dealing with what is on together with the Sylveon. So I think not bringing the Landorus was actually much of a problem here. Consider Landorus if Fairy plus Incin. So that could something be like the or yeah, but I guess if it is Flutter Mane, I would rather bring the Urshifu. Like Flutter Mane Incineroar or Urshifu's okay, because I could just Steel Terra. I would definitely invest in that, and then just put the Urshifu Rillaboom to take up the Dazzling Gleams, because it really doesn't have anything else that could protect against it. So that's something to be careful of. Having Urshifu Rilla might be better against Sylveon damage comp. Also consider try out Urshifu with Steel Terra plus Rilla against the double fairy moves. You know, it's just a bunch of things that I want to try before. I think from here the game is pretty much over. Not much I could have done. Damage doesn't happen a lot. Let's actually write this down. 2 Calm Mind Thunderclap does about half of Incineroar. Very defensively heavy, so probably need 2 Thunderclaps. Hisui and Decidui. Why did I switch on here? Could have just Pepper Voice. Wood Hammer here is definitely the option. Oh no, I switched out. I could have Flare Blitz onto Desi. And then also about 60% of Sylveon some of the damage calcs that I need to learn, and then throw spray. Throat spray, Sylveon, Hyper Voice does about 33% of Raging Bolt, Fairy, Terra. I'm more like I'm information gathering. At least for the first probably 150 to 200 matches. I know that I probably not cover all of them, but I'm definitely gonna do some on the side. Also do more more information gathering, writing down, figuring out what things are. But I'm sure as I do more and more, I will learn how to deal with things better. Picking the right leads, I definitely have the problem, and then from here the game is over. But yes, I'm gonna lose a lot. I'll be terrible. I was always terrible when I first start, but I usually always make it with enough practice, enough studying, enough listening to other people tell me what to do, like let's say YouTube or like get some sort of guides. I'm definitely gonna read over the guide material again to see if there's anything that could help. But you learn things. Like I said, I'm new to the game relatively, and there definitely is a lot to learn. It's a little different because I'm usually more used to using a strong damage source, whether it was a Kyogre, whether it was some sort of like Calyrex. Those are very strong Pokemons, and now I'm using like a relatively mid-size balance matchup. So there's a lot to learn. There's probably habits that I need to kick, and we will make sure to do them. Alright, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next battle. Peace.